Morning Show here on Star Television. I am Leonora Jawara. Today's inspirational quote for today is from Raphael Cooks, who says, "The great secret of success is to go through life like a man who never gets used up." Top stories in the program today. The African Peer Review Mechanism Secretariat has held an interactive session with a cross-section of the media to solicit the views of journalists on the draft African Peer Review Mechanism 5-year Strategic Plan 2019-2023 and also to popularize the process in the country. Victims of the August 6 flash floods that affected thousands in Tombuk community have benefited from food items worth millions of leones donated by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources with support from the industrial fishing companies. The Honorable Member of Parliament in Constituency 128, Benjamin Toure, has donated 4 mattresses worth over 8 million leones to community health facilities at Wilberforce and Hill Station, including the pediatrics units at the 34 Military Hospital, as a way of complementing the government's free healthcare initiative. All these stories and more coming up shortly. And with me in the studio is Mrs. Abi Bangura, General Manager of Fadija Travel Agency. She'll be talking to us on their services offered in Sierra Leone. Good morning, Mrs. Bangura. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
All right. And remember, the Star Good Morning Show is sponsored by Rokel Commercial Bank. Let's take a message from our sponsors.
SimCorp allow old and young to make deposit and withdraw cash from their account at any time and anywhere. With Rokel Commercial Bank SimCorp, you can send and receive money at any place and any time. Rokel Commercial Bank don't make life better for we all.
Welcome again. This is the Star Good Morning Show, and we begin with the first news item. Now, the African Peer Review Mechanism Secretariat has held an interactive session with a cross-section of the media to solicit the views of journalists on the draft African Peer Review Mechanism 5-year Strategic Plan 2019-2023 and also to popularize the process in the country. Diana Coker has more, and she now reports.
The African Peer Review Mechanism Secretariat has held an interactive session with a cross-section of the media to solicit the views of journalists on the draft APRM 5-year Strategic Plan 2019 to 2023 and to also popularize the process in the country. The African Peer Review Mechanism is an African-designed, owned and driven governance monitoring program of the African Union to encourage member states to adopt, foster and implement good governance processes and practices. It assesses member states in 4 thematic areas: democracy and political governance, economic governance and management, corporate governance and socio-economic development. According to the Executive Chairman of the APRM Secretariat, Dr. Charles J. Silva, the APRM mandate is a mutually agreed instrument for self-monitoring of governance by AU member states to ensure that the policies and practices and participating states conform to the agreed political, economic, corporate and socio-economic values, codes and standards contained in the Declaration on Democracy, Political, Economic and Corporate Governance.
Our mandate basically as an institution, like everyone said, the whole rationale for APRM, lest I forget, is that whatever affects one person in the world will affect all of us. Today we talk about global village. The problems are the same, but the solutions vary from country to country. So when they say peer review, I'm talking on this because it's very, very important. Peer presupposes equals. The peer review is for the heads of state, the countries that have acceded to the APRM. We are talking about 40 countries. When we are in Ivory Coast 2 or so weeks ago, they told us that 3 other countries, including our neighbor in Guinea, have also expressed interest to be a member of the APRM. So let us be together. Almost all the problems we have in Sierra Leone, ranging from infrastructure, electricity, or human security problems generally, like our colleague from ONS, they prevail everywhere in the world. So once President Bio or a representative of Sierra Leone goes out on APRM discussion, deliberation, you learn from others so that when you return to your country, you can shed new light on the politics of your country. I repeat, the essence here is to get ideas. Every now and again, government officials are out there attending conferences and what have you. The only way the majority of Sierra Leoneans can benefit from such trips is when you shed new life. Like what the minister said, I'm not praising him, but he said, you have to really accept your fault. You have to accept that this is the case. So the question I will ask is rhetorical, have we actually accepted? We are almost always managing crises. We don't project into the future. So the APRM is actually an instrument that is supposed to be projected. A lot of human and material resources are being invested into the free primary and secondary education, for instance. Perhaps after a year or so following the implementation, we want to know whether there is value for money. Is it properly managed? Do we have the personnel? So that we take a holistic approach rather than dodging the problem. We say, it is this person, people are undermining you. What are they undermining? For the mere fact that I know you want to undermine me, then you cease to be a problem. It is only when you take no unawares. So that is how the APRM is all about. That is what we are supposed to do. And this is what is happening. You can see a lot of things are happening. Now even the AU has recognized the pivotal role of the APRM if it works effectively. Mind you, setting up of the secretariat, having an NGC is not an end in itself. It is about effectiveness. I think in Ghana, they have just concluded their national referendum. APRM championed that cause too because there are cries among the general populace that the link between local councils and political parties is undermining the effectiveness of the former. So now they say we have to follow procedure. In a democracy, you don't just make take such a decision. Now a referendum is ongoing. Once that one is concluded, the outcome will determine whether they are going to separate the two or it will remain as it is. These are some of the areas we also have to focus on. So as pressmen and women, we expect that when we return to our various press houses, we can popularize all of this so that other people can also come on board.
Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Honorable Ambassador Fode Yunkela, encouraged the press to be part of the process in assessing the government and proffer solutions that will change the narratives of the country.
So it is you, together with us, should come and put across there that it is unsatisfactory. Yes, I will accept the criticism. That you criticize, but then also proffer some kind of solution. This is definitely. Look, we have all the flags.
President of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, Ahmed Said Nasrallah, described the APRM as an important catalyst in promoting democracy and good governance, especially in Sierra Leone, and commended the government for structuring and reorganizing the APRM Secretariat. He said the media operates at the central part between the people and the government, with a view to providing checks and balances, help in the fight against corruption, and promote press freedom and fundamental human rights, among others.
And I think that is good for us as media people. SLAD is very pleased to be here this morning as a key participant in this one-day APRM Media Interactive session. We consider the APRM as a very important mechanism in furthering democracy and good governance in African countries, especially countries like Sierra Leone and neighbors in the sub-region who seem to be still toying with the democratic idea. We want to commend the government for restructuring and reorganizing the APRM Secretariat and the National Government Council, and providing the political will and the support that they needed to push forward their programs. Where it is truly independent, well-funded, and efficient.
Overall objective of the APRM is to ensure that all participating countries speed up their progress in terms of the adoption and implementation of the priorities and programs of the new Partnership for Africa Development, NEPAD. Any evaluation mission carried out under the review of the APRM must be professional, credible, and free from any political manipulation. For Star News, Diana Kuka.
Many thanks to Diana Kuka for putting that report together. This is the Star Good Morning Show, and it's 12 minutes gone past the hour 9. My studio guest this morning is Mrs. Abe Bangura, General Manager, Fadija Services, Sierra Leone Limited. She's here to talk to us about these services offered in Sierra Leone. Welcome again, Mrs. Bangura.
Thank you very much.
First, give us a background of your company.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, Fadija General Services Limited has been operating for over 4 years now, from a very humble beginning, and it is owned by the son of the soil, indigene Mr. Alpha ML Algali. We are a 4-in-1 company. We do pest control and cleaning. We also do garbage collection. We do ticketing. We have a travel agency, and also we do procurement for offices. I believe actually business and value are inseparable. Value inspires trust, and trust builds relationship, and relationship drives growth. So our priority is to meet the expectation of our customers, and we want to give them 100% personalized customer care service. Customer is king in Fadija General Services Limited, and we partner with a lot of entities, a lot of other. For example, we have the Freetown City Council. We partner with them in fumigating markets, every cleaning once a month. We also do deep cleaning for hotels. We have Sierra Lighthouse. We have a new Brookfields Hotel. We also work with factories also. We do deep cleanings, we do fumigation for factories like Sierra Agra in Newton. We are also expanding. We are working with companies in Bo and all the other provinces. And our main aim, come 2020, we want to have an office set in every district in Sierra Leone. Yes, our pest control and cleaning, we actually do fumigation, and our target is we target all pests, cockroaches, rodents, and so on.
For 4 years doing business in Sierra Leone, how has it been like for you, for your company?
Well, it has been good, it has been tough as well. Because in the business of pests, the pest control actually, we've been having, a challenge we've been having. We have some of those peddlers that goes around with their knapsack. So the danger about it is some of them don't even have the knowledge of the chemicals used. They don't even know how to measure those chemicals, because every chemical has its use. We have chemicals used for plants, we have chemicals used for rodents and so on. But some of these peddlers, they will go to different houses. They don't even know how to measure those chemicals, and it will cause health hazard for people, and it is very dangerous. So like we, the professional companies, when we come around, they will see us as expensive. You know, some of them will say, I will just call one of those peddlers, I will give them 30,000. And what I want people to know that they are at risk. It's better to engage a professional company that knows how to use those chemicals. Also, take the garbage collection. For instance, some people think that garbage collection is just about collecting garbage and that's the end of it. No. Garbage collection, when you collect the garbage, you have to clean those trash cans. We have to fumigate those trash cans, because if not, the mosquitoes will breed, and that will cause malaria also. So that's the difference between us and some other people doing the competition. Because we don't only collect the garbages, but we also fumigate the area and clean the area where the garbage is. So I think that's is one or two challenges that we face.
All right. You talk about garbage collection, and the Free San City Council is also involved in garbage collection in Sierra Leone. Are you guys partnering with them?
Yes, of course. We are registered. We are registered under the Freetown City Council also. We have our stickers. They normally give us stickers and so on, so that we are permitted to also collect garbage and so on. We partner with them in anything we do, especially the fumigation, wherein the markets are fumigated, and also we also partner with them in cleaning the city and so on.
So we have some companies before who were into garbage collection, but today they did not stand the test of time. So how relevant is the Fadija company in terms of garbage collection?
Yeah, well, I believe that since we came in, we have been doing a lot of work, and we have modern equipment and we have adequately trained staff that carry out their work with high level of professionalism.
Okay. So how do you go about the garbage collection? What's the fee that you ask for?
Well, actually, we have customized plans for customers according to what they need. At times we have some customers, they will want the garbage, especially hotels, they will want it maybe 3 times a week. Some will want them every day. So we have a form wherein we have the different customized plans where it's according to we meet the need of the customer. That's what we do, especially what they want. Then we'll make up the package for them. And what there's no fee actually. It's just that it depends on what they want, the service they ask for. If it is once a week, so they will be charged monthly. Some they will take yearly. They will sign in yearly contracts as well.
So your targeted clients are mainly hotels, or do you also do residentials?
Yes, we do. We do residentials. We do hotels, offices. We do factories, and so on.
Okay. Now let's look at the pest control treatment. So many times, some people who call themselves pest controllers, people will have to leave their home before they do their treatments, fearing of the chemicals they use. How safe is the chemicals you use for humans and also for pets?
Okay, well, that's how unique Fadija General Services is. We have actually our chemicals are not locally made. Our chemicals, we have the indoor fumigation, the chemicals that are used for indoor fumigation, and we have the ones that are used for outdoor. So normally the ones we use for indoor is odorless. It's a new type of chemical that we use. It's odorless. So there's no need for anyone leaving their home, and it's safe. The ones we use for the outdoor, that the compound and so on, they are the ones with odor. But it's still safe. It might take just an hour for the odor to subside. But the ones we use for the indoor is odorless. So there's no need for anyone to leave their homes to wait for the odor to subside or so on. That's the difference.
But how guarantee does your company have like a warranty guarantee? Do you give like a specific time after fumigation, and say 2-3 months? Do you like come back to your clients and check?
Yes, we do. We do check every 3 months. We have also the MSDS, the material safety data sheets, wherein you know everything about the chemicals we are using. That's why whenever we do our pest treatment for customers, we always make sure we show them the MSDS and show them the different chemicals we are using, so that they will know, they will have a knowledge of the chemical. We just don't use any chemical at random.
Okay. What about the expertise of your pest controllers? Because that is also very key.
Okay. All our pest technicians have gone through the IPM, the Integrated Pest Management course. We normally go through the course, and they have their certificates. They are well-trained professionals.
And so, are they capable to determine what kind of treatment needed?
Yes, that's why whenever we are going out, we normally do our inspections. The inspection is made to see, and we also give recommendations, not only on the treatment we are giving, but if, for example, we see cracks, we see holes to be mended, we see ceilings to be mended, we always give our recommendations. And at times we normally see some companies that maybe we need to do the treatment monthly instead of 3 months, so we also advise. That's what we do. We do our inspection, then we'll go ahead with the treatments. That's what we normally do.
All right, 4 years operating Sierra Leone, what are the feedbacks so far? Do you get a positive feedback from your clients?
Yes, we do. If you can check our website, we have a website, www.fadijagroup.sl. You will go through some of our customers' reviews. They are there. Customers are very happy with us so far, and we thank God for that. We also have our Facebook page, Fadija General Services Limited. You see all the work we've been doing, the videos and so on.
Okay. Now let's look at, you're also a travel agency. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, for the travel agency, we do ticket reservations. We work with all airlines all over the world. That we travel all over the world. Then also we do car hiring for customers. We also do hotel reservations also for them.
Okay. One key thing about people traveling is their safety, and how efficient is the traveling agency, because nobody wants a delay when traveling, especially for important issue. So how efficient are your services?
Well, we really do our best, because we always make sure we check with the airline. We always make sure our customers, even at times we even check in for them. So as soon as they go to the airport, they will just have to show their passport. So we make sure until the customer leaves the country, we make sure that we do a check on everything for the customer, so that we facilitate the traveling.
Okay. All right, continue to stay with me. She's Mrs. Abe Bangura, General Manager of Fadija Services Sierra Leone Limited. She's talking to us about their services offered. This is the Star Good Morning Show. Let's go in for another news item. Now, victims of the August 6th flash floods that affected thousands in Tumbu community have benefited from food items worth millions of leones donated by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, with support from the industrial fishing companies. Let's have more in this report.
It is on the 6th of August that the people of Tumbu were inundated with heavy rains, which triggered floods that destroyed properties and left people homeless. It is against this backdrop that the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, support from the industrial fishing community, has donated food items worth millions of leones to those that were impacted by that heavy rains. When speaking, the chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Fisheries, Honorable Nene Leby, expressed her sympathy to the people of Tumbu, as she said the people are not alone in this. She promised government support and added that when tragedy struck, they called an emergency meeting in Parliament and they immediately dispatched a team to visit the affected area. And they promised to get back to the people, and this is the fulfillment of that promise.
The Ministry of Fisheries don't come today. They come when they hear it, say disaster don't happen around. Water don't come, they overtake. Most of our property they don't cause a lot of damage. So now, they really called me as the head of the committee, the Parliament. But by that time, they upline me said, I did a bow, so I'll not be able to join them for camp. But they are with the police about 18. They by the committee. But this morning, when PS called me, I only able to lay hands on, even the deputy and other committee member, Honorable Ambrose. We there for join them for telling us, yeah? When it don't happen to now, we not go able to can give back all. But for one I know say concern here from the ministry and for which I say they represent now, let me put there today. Whatever small thing we don't get, for can give, and for just can't tell on us. But we're not able to replace all what you don't stop well on the hand. Even food, that's small number. But one more I know say when something don't happen to now, we all are Sierra Leoneans. We take party business aside we come. This food don't bring her, not so for just SLP, not so for just APC, not so for any other political party. But we count out for the people of Tombo. The minister, in kind wisdom, and in team, they go scout for money. They make sure say they count this more item where they can present. More all receiver hat here. More not say for all me also broke. For all the property we bought, they can't give me. They can't give me small oil no more. Where I will just eat for 2 days. Our mom know say whatever they can from the bottom of their heart. As a Sierra Leonean, they can show concern.
When addressing a well-attended and heavily anticipating crowd, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Honorable Emma Kowajalo, said the disaster that struck that day did not just affect the people alone, but impacted every Sierra Leonean, and added that government is working assiduously with the Office of National Security to limit the potential of such not happening again. She furthered that this donation will not in any way compensate for their loss, but rather it just shows that this government understands the plight of the people, and they are working tooth and nail to ensure that they put solid measures in place to prevent such from reoccurring.
Those that have got their fish drying smoking areas destroyed, those that have got their area flooded, and of course, officers that are based there, they've got a whole list catalog together to make sure that people are given from that list. Those that have been working with us, fishermen that have been paying their license, and even those that haven't been paying their license.
Receiving the gifts on behalf of the people, the headman of Tombo, Sarah Ba, thanked the minister and her team for such kind gesture and promised that the items will be distributed to the
We pray that they can save Allah go to themselves. We pray that the plan where they get for Tombo, let them continue for Dua. As Nayaroti said, not the animal affected. If it's only my affected, but I think here first, for say Tombo people them, they really comply. For pay with license them. Now we pay with license them. So I make it consider first. So there, at the break of continue to pay with license any year. Yeah? So we tell them plenty thank you and can't say let go per se.
Good morning show, Alfie Barry reporting.
8:29 is the time from a studio clock, and you're still watching the Star Good Morning Show. Mrs. Abi Bangura is my studio guest today. Now, Mrs. Abi Bangura, it's a competitive, the business world, it's a competitive one, and we have other companies here in Sierra Leone who are into fumigation, they're into cleaning and doing what you are doing. So what can people benefit doing business with Fadija Company?
People will benefit a lot. To start with, you benefit a personalized customer care. You also benefit a service done by professionals and a lot more.
Okay. I'm curious again to know about the level of skills and training your pest controllers, your staff has, because it is very, very important. How can you convince people?
One thing I want people to know, this integrated pest management course is a very wide course. A course every pest technician should go through, because it entails a lot and it shows how pest technicians should carry out their work with high level of professionalism. So I want people to know that pest technicians, they have gone through that course and they are in safe hands.
Okay. And talking about garbage collection, because we all are very, very aware of our environment. So after collecting the garbage, where do you dump it? How do you do the garbage?
Yeah, well, actually we have two dumping areas. We have the one at Kintom and we have the one at Kisi, but we normally use the one at Kintom for the western clients. Mm-hmm. We also have the eastern clients. We use the one at Kisi, at Bome, they call it Bome, yes. That's where we do the dumping.
Okay. So far, how can you describe your customer-based service?
Well, we have a large customer base. We work with UNOP, We work with Plan Sierra Leone. We work with different hotels, Sierra Lighthouse, New Brookfields Hotel. We work with factories, Sierra Agra. We work with Freetown City Council, and we have a lot more.
All right, continue to stay with me, and we take another news item for today. Now, the sister in charge, Musu Masakoi, of the George Brook Healthcare Dwazak, has expressed our concern on the challenges they're faced with and called on the government and stakeholders to provide the hospital with more maternity items. Julie Smart has the story.
Effective to the community because when they get a huge turnout, the community of itself is a big community. Really, we get turnout every month. We get turnout. We get challenges they make. In terms of the turnout, just as I state to you, they get really turnout in the patient. But at the end of the day, my problem is when the belly don't time, they know they born now. Most of the work you see, they can go born to the TBA than at the community. So that they really torment me. About an attendance there. That is now people they wait and then at the community where their old mommy they can say, then at the old granny they sit down for when somebody don't get belly, then they can inside convince them for let them go born to them, which of course they're not to train personnel then and understand how to go about delivery business. And the water facility is another problem down there. Like this any season is okay with me because we get that them big drum them side attacking there when the people then come and before ever they born, then can live a world, you can say and take water so you can feel uncomfortable, you can go take a bath, the wash first. After that, before ever I deliver. After we don't deliver in case then the soiling in then the relatives then they can wash the soiling in the naya, then la pa, then they hang the naya. But during the dry season, they get a challenge for water. When they come for camping, pass you get for tendency, when I see we hospital, we suffer, pass you go get 2-3 water. Because we self need water for wash the instruments there, for not boil them. So then another big problem for me. So like me, so I deal with the community people then. I get some woman then when I can talk to, when I help me now my sister then, so they can send them about them. I can give them small thing, they go fetch water for me, what I can use for boil me instrument there, then other things then at the hospital them. After delivery, I can wash the instrument there. Electricity, we get solar. Apart from the NPA, we get solar. So when the NPA or the home solar, they come, we welcome the patients, we give them a place for sit down, we talk to them fine. From there, we tell them the procedure, waiting they go about. When they register on a table, when they register, we get a card where they fill. Who don't fill the card, then we send them a lab. We send them with lab baby in the hospital. But after we don't come they go take maculates. After maculates, they can get one place where they bring HIV, PMTCT, then get their young units there. After they then come to we now. From there, we do examination on them, everything, we write for them, then we give them dates for the next visit. They come, then they can't deliver because on their back they can get problem with things them for deliver. So they can miss can go about and they assist. I can big now the community they can give me their own lapel there, including the nurses then SF can come with whatever they get. So some of them can come born empty and they don't get nothing. Pass with them after they maybe nurses they now can take they assist Sunday. The one day they well to do no problem. So then they really don't get nothing. That situation they we can try. It's how we level because we're not going to send somebody who will not do the homeless. We can end deep, we get an injection, they will do all anything they will don't do now. By that time, as we try for go about it now, we try for call ambulance for no now. Because since now bleeding, we're not going to let the person like bleed lost in life. So we therefore send a cottage for let them go transfuser for the ambulance. Now until less, they know they can that way. An example like today, we get about 4 cases and they come. They know they come to the time safe. Like how patients we can start clinic then 8:30, 9 o'clock. Some man can sluggish because of the rain, therefore wait till the rain poured, 11 o'clock. Sister, late, they beat her. I said, no problem. No, say not all man get umbrella. So you got to wait till the rain poured before you go come. When you come, you render the service to you, you come for, then you go and use. So government, I tell government, say, because of the influx, what they get now, just book now, medicine, they can run out of shot, especially this SP, that malaria medicine, where they can take for prevent them. Let them help with the other drugs then. Then in terms of water business, only the season you can feel happy now. Dry season we are let them assist you. Consider this way, all the woman for take, where you better don't begin shake. It prevents you from letting you get malaria.
Alright, welcome back. Many thanks to Julie Smart. Now, Mrs. Abir, your company is also into procurement services. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, actually, we are into procurement. We do office supplies like stationaries, office furnitures, and printers, etc. We do all that. We normally go in for bids. We normally go in for expression of interest and so on.
But quality is key, and you're talking about stationaries of office supplies. What's the guarantee that your materials, your equipment over there of quality?
Yeah, we have very good suppliers. We deal with very good partners abroad that sends in their products.
And what is your pricing structure? Is it affordable?
Yes, very affordable. Very affordable.
Okay. And how is your customer service? And how easy are you guys to your clients? How accessible are you?
Yeah, well, we have marketers. We have several marketers that goes out. That's why we give them personalized customer care. We have marketers that go out, check, doing follow-up with customers and so on. We have our key customers, also our key clients, that we normally even give updates. We have a social media page where we give updates to our customers and so on. We call them frequently also and update them on the new products and so on.
What about challenges? Because doing business in Sierra Leone, it's a little bit challenging. What are some of the challenges your company is facing?
Well, actually, we are doing fine. We are doing fine. The only challenges, as I mentioned earlier on, is the one with the pest, wherein because of price. You know, our own motto is quality is not expensive, it's priceless. In the sense that you have to really watch the quality service you've been offered. It's not all about the price. You understand? So as I mentioned earlier on, for the pest, you have those peddlers going around. They will just fumigate for 30,000, 20,000 loans, but you won't have the quality you're expecting. Maybe they'll do your fumigation today, and the next hour you see the cockroaches all around the place, or insects or mosquitoes. But with us, quality is guaranteed. That's why we say quality is not expensive, it's priceless. They normally say the bitterness of cheap price is not known until the ugliness of poor quality pops its head. So if you read through it, you'll understand what I'm saying about quality.
Because like you said, there are some pest controllers going around, and they give reasonable price. They're very affordable, but the problem is they will say they've got rid of your pest, but within 2-3 days the pest will come back. That is a very, very concern for most people. So would you say Fadija is of quality? Fadija company has all it takes to make a difference?
It does, because we know the chemicals we are using. That's why I said earlier on, it's good for us to go through the integrated pest management course, because it will teach you all about those chemicals and what they are used for and the measurements and so on. If you don't know the measurements, believe me, you won't have the quality you are looking for. Because some of these companies, they don't even, I'm not trying to criticize actually, but I'm just saying, if you don't go through that course, you won't be able to know that the measurements of chemicals needed. You won't be able to know the chemicals that you should use for this particular job that you are going to do. But when you go through that course, you will know all these things. So that makes us different.
So how have you been able to cope? How has the company been able to cope? Being here for 4 years, how have you been able to stand the test of time? And are you guys going to stay?
Of course we are going to stay. We are even thinking of expanding, as I told you earlier on. And come 2020, you'll hear that Fadija is all over Sierra Leone now. We'll be in Bo, Kenema, Makeni, and so on. For now, presently, we're also dealing with companies over in the provinces, but we do not have an office set up there. But that's our goal for now. From now to 2020, come next year, we'll be in all the provinces. We'll set up an office in each of the provinces, each of the districts. Sorry.
So you stated that you're partnering with the Ifikitan City Council. How do you go about it? Do you do it hand in hand?
Well, actually, we are giving the project.
Okay.
It's a contract, yes. We are giving a project wherein we fumigate the markets for them at every cleaning day. Every cleaning Saturday of a month, we use Friday and Saturday to do all the fumigation of the markets.
Okay, so if a client wants to contact Fadija now, how can they get to you?
Yeah, we have a website, we have a Facebook page, we also have our numbers 076648278, we have 077256. We have our flyers also, our flyers that we distribute every day to people.
Okay, well, continue to stay with us. Let's take our final news item for today here in the Star Good Morning Show. But quickly, let me give you a reminder of our inspirational quote, which says, "The great secret of success is to go through life like a man who never got used up." Our final news item for today, as a way to compliment the government on the free healthcare initiative, the Honorable Member of Parliament in Constituency 128, Benjamin Toure, has donated 4 mattresses worth over 8 million leones to community health facilities at Wilberforce and Hill Station, including the pediatrics unit at the 34 Military Hospital. Judge Elliot Sam was in attendance and he files in this report.
As a way to complement the government free healthcare initiative and also to help improve health facilities in his constituency, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Constituency 128, Honorable Benjamin Toure, has donated 50 pieces of phone mattress worth over 8,500,000 leones to community health facilities at Wilberforce and Hill Station, including the pediatric unit at the 34 Military Hospital. In an interview, Honorable Benjamin Toure said the donation is for him to see health facilities in his constituency to have a better accommodation in which they will be able to provide an affordable and better service for his people.
As you can see, moving around doing some donation, especially mattresses, because as we are walking out to the new direction of our government, and we are looking, these are some of the areas that the government is actually fighting on to see that we have a better facility in the community hospital, in the hospital of government. Of course, a few weeks back, my son was at the 34 hospital, and I see some of the challenges that they are going through, especially the lack of mattress, and so I decided to do some of these donations to these hospitals. Well, as you can see, it was really a surprise because most of them, they were not expecting shots, and they really appreciate it, and the opponent, like, it's come in the right time and the time that they need it most. I think we come to their aid to give them this supply, so they were really, really happy and appreciate it.
Receiving the donated item on behalf of the pediatric unit at the 34 Military Hospital, the commanding officer, Joint Medical Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Sivali, said they warmly appreciate the donated items from the Honorable, adding that it is the first time they have received short donation, and thank the Honorable for his kind gesture towards the hospital.
Really will not be the expectance. I've seen a big surprise and a pleasant surprise. The pediatric unit in 34 hospital. Now unit we don't continuously grow, and the demand on the unit dey increase. We dey receive more and more picking them. Not only military personnel or sons and daughters of military personnel that we dey see the general problem, all Sierra Leoneans. And I feel saying a good thing for more developed capacity. So if you think this way, we really rare and not common for me to get them kind of donations there from, you know, people who know the expect. I feel saying at the first time this we don't get donations specifically, you know, to this unit. And I go say a pleasant surprise. We really appreciate them. This is in line with Vision for Develop 34. A day in line with the President's initiative for make sure say 34 develop to a level 3 hospital. We include all departments and most importantly the pediatric department. Because we know say Pikin and Bella woman then die one. Now one of the biggest problems they really country face and they reduce with development index. So if we all put hand for support, even at one area, like the Pikin area, we will change most of the indicators then for Salon. So I really appreciate Honorable Benjamin Toure. I really appreciate this, and I shall say many mama, papa, Pikin get for benefit from this donation. On behalf of the department, with me I get Lieutenant Johnny. We get Dr. Rogers, but Dr. Rogers they on leave at the moment, and we get all the staff for the pediatric department. On their behalf, I want to say thank you to you.
Speaking to Star Television, the community health officer, Hill Station Community Health Center, Madam Teresa Kuruma said she is very delighted to receive the mattresses from Honorable Benjamin Toure, as they were not expecting short. She also reiterated that this is the first time since the establishment of the facility for a sitting honorable to visit them and also to donate short items.
Me, I'm glad. I'm really glad. I'm happy because it not ever be. Now the first time this way me see this kind of thing, this kind of blessing comes to me. Number one, space. We don't try for get land. We don't write, I don't go lands, I don't work and out, I don't go salok all. The place choke na me on dwelling.
While receiving the donation, the community health officer of the Wilberforce Health Center, Usman Kamara, also thanked Honorable Benjamin Toure for assisting them in the area of accommodation, as they were finding it very difficult.
We all happy. We know they expect just very short time it just come on board and it can't reach ourselves. The more important thing where it don't can reach Naya, that don't show say yes in all this community, and for the very short time it just can inside all the apart in the way they do.
For Star News in Freetown, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Many thanks to George Elliott Sam for putting that report together. Now, as we wrap up the program, Mrs. Bangura, what will be your message to your customers out there?
Okay, thank you very much. Viewers, we are located at number 9 Dealer Street. We have our website address, which is www.fadijagroup.sl. We also have our Facebook page, which is Fadija General Services Limited. We also have our number 076-648-278, 077-256-701, and 0300722201. We are here for you. We will give you personalized customer care service, 100% guaranteed. And we want to let you know that we are always there for our customers. As our adage goes, quality is not expensive, it's priceless. I want you to always think about that. We'll give you the quality service you need and what you deserve. If you think of garbage, you want a very, very clean and healthy environment, then you think of Fadija. If you want to be saved from the hassles of the headache of traveling arrangement, think of Fadija Travel Agency. If you want a pest-free environment and a clean environment, think of Fadija Pest and Cleaning Control. And also, if you want us to facilitate your office supplies and stationaries, also think of Fadija General Enterprise. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. She is Mrs. Abe Bangura, General Manager of Fadija Services Sierra Leone Limited. We've been discussing about the services offered in Sierra Leone. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, too.
And before I go, let me give you a reminder of our top stories today that we looked in the program. The African Peer Review Mechanism Secretariat has held an interactive session with a cross-section of the media to solicit the views of journalists on the draft African Peer Review Mechanism 5-year Strategic Plan 2019-2023 and also to popularize the process in the country. Victims of the August 6 flash floods that affected thousands in Tombo community have benefited from food items worth millions of leones donated by the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources with support from the industrial fishing companies. And the Honorable Member of Parliament in Constituency 128, Benjamin Toure, has donated for mattresses worth over 8 million leones to community health facilities at Wilberforce and Hill Station, including the pediatrics units at the 34 Military Hospital, as a way of complementing the government's free healthcare initiative. Well, join us tomorrow for the entertainment segment of the Star Good Morning Show. And thank you so very much for being part of the program today. I am Leonela Jabara. Have yourself a wonderful day, leaving you with an inspirational quote from Raphael Cooks, who says, "The great secret of success is to go through life like a man who never gets used up." Stay blessed.